So, Seth Cameron, is that your last name?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's you. That's him. Seth Cameron is here representing, and as a member of the Bruce High Quality Foundation. The Bruce High Quality Foundation and the estate of Bruce High Quality is dedicated to the preservation of the legacy of the late social sculptor Bruce High Quality. In the spirit of his life and the work of Bruce High Quality, we aspire to invest the experience of public space with wonder, to resurrect art history from the bowels of despair, and to impregnate the institutions of art with the joy of man's desiring. Professional challenges, amateur solutions. The Bruce High Quality Foundation creates installations, videos, paintings, sculptures, performances, and institutions that reveal the collective creative agency within the seemingly monolithic forces of art and social history. Thank you, Bruce.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Thank you. I don't know what any of that means, but I've been writing it and rewriting it for a long time now. It's mostly jokes. So, complicity, that's what I'm supposed to talk about, right?
Yep. Actually, I'm going to just pull up,
Yeah.
these are the questions that we're going to talk about tonight.
Oh, right, that'll be helpful.
I'm just actually going to read them. How complicit is the art world in the reproduction of forms of power which produce and sustain the condition for political disenfranchisement, as well as our ever-increasing economic stratification? What, in fact, does complicity mean in these terms? Is it conscious, intentional, passive? Where do we draw the line? How can artists and arts institutions help provide the conditions for political liberation, economic security, and greater equality of opportunity?
It's a big ask.
5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, got it. I'm here to represent the Bruce High Quality Foundation. I was selected because I'm the whitest, most male person. We wanted to have some consistency across the board.
And you have some facial hair.
Yeah, a little bit of facial hair.
You're a painter, too?
Yeah,
I'm a painter,
A male
too.
painter, white male painter.
white male painter.
Messed up, man.
Just making sure.
Trifecta.
Yeah.
So we get that out of the way.
Yep.
Bruce High Quality does sort of two things, and they kind of overlap. On the one hand, we have what might be called a studio practice. We make stuff, works of art. Some of those things happen in public space. Some of them happen in a way that is sanctioned or even commercial. Others don't, which means they're unsanctioned and don't make any money. Most of them don't make any money, regardless. But then the other side of what we do is in 2009, we started a nonprofit called BHQFU, which stands for the Bruce High Quality Foundation University. Though technically it doesn't. FU stands for, what it stands for. And that's a kind of different leg of what we do and is a little more, deals more specifically with this problem of complicity, because it's actually meant to do good in the world. As a nonprofit, it legally has to, in some way, support what we think of as being the good version of the implementation of power. But what it is actually an educational initiative. We started with the idea we wanted to start a free school, and the way to do that was to a free art school, and the people who should do that would be artists. Artists could teach each other, and that was enough of an idea to get going. So it started at a kitchen table, then we started learning how to fundraise and do other things. We do all those things really poorly, but we've tried to learn how to do them. And now we tend to change what the program is every semester or every year so that it operates a bit like a think tank and will eventually hopefully produce some kind of idea that will catch fire in some way, and all of the existing art schools in the world will either shut down or find funding to become free, which will essentially shut them down, is my theory. So the question that really stuck out to me from the list was the one about drawing a line. Because these two sides of what we do really run against this problem of what does it mean to be an artist versus what does it mean to be an art institution. We always called ourselves a foundation because we thought that was more ridiculous than calling ourselves a collective. But it was precisely with this idea that foundations or institutions in general could learn something from the way that artists operate, and vice versa. We could take on some of the skill set that you might learn in running an organization as it grows and expands into monoliths that eat people. And on the other side, institutions could learn something from the way that artists are allowed to do whatever they want. So where that line is really funny to us. My good line, I was telling you I have one good line. It's not mine, it's Oscar Wilde's. Is that the one thing that art and morality have in common is you have to draw a line somewhere. I think he's right. I know he's right about one of those things. You do have to draw a line somewhere. And so the question then becomes like, how do you actually decide, as you grow as on the institutional side and you're dealing with the ethical concern of how do we make what we do good for people, how do we judge what good is? You continually have to like move that line to realize as soon as you're dealing with any kind of sense of capital or sense of the empowerment or disempowerment of people, you have to decide how much it's worth compromising in order to make things better. Does that make sense? I know I'm being really abstract. In the sense, it's kind of like the problem of like the train that's going down that path, and if you pull the lever or not, it's going to kill a bunch of people or kill someone you know. Those kind of concerns. So for instance, if someone is willing to write you a check for $1 billion, it's going to allow you to do all the things that you want to do, but it's going to mean that you have to like remove FU from your name, which is a really good joke, and you really want to hang on to it. You have to make a decision, and that's ultimately an ethical decision. I don't really like those problems, but we have to deal with them. So most of the time I prefer to concentrate on the side of things that I don't think is ultimately concerned with ethical questions, which is how to draw an actual line on like an actual piece of paper. I'm wondering if I should say anything else.
That's it.
Is that good? Sure, that's good.
Thank you.
We'll talk more.
Beautiful. There's a lot to say about that. We have to come back to that.